everybody, welcome back to PNW Drives. Hey, I promised you guys I'd make a video about the vehicle, some of the upgrades that she has on it. So today marks that day. I'm going to go over some of the interior stuff first, just some of the cosmetic things, and then we'll go into the engine compartment and take a look at some of the upgrades for the upgraded turbos and things of that nature. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Appreciate the likes and subscribes and support here. Let's go ahead and get going, and we'll show you some of the upgrades. So first off, I run MHD monitoring, MHD for back-end flashes for the Wedge Performance custom tune that I'm running. I do have a couple of different maps here that I'm running, and here are the couple of different maps. So I do have just a normal map, and then also a kind of a flash for flame tunes or whatever, just for fun. But basically what's nice about this is I can run MHD through that and that little orange device down here, which is the OBD connector for Wi-Fi for MHD. It allows the car to communicate with the tablet right here. Hope you guys can pick that up here on the screen. But basically allows you to communicate with the car and do a whole bunch of cool stuff. So first, what's really nice is I can run codes, read DME, yay. You can clear faults, send a report per email, show DME code history. There's a lot of value in the MHD monitoring app, so highly recommended if you guys are running any kind of a custom tune, or just any kind of a tuned car for that matter. And then what's really nice is you know, not only can you really customize the car to your liking as far as like burbles, duration, how hard they are, you know, linear throttle mapping, oh gosh, I mean, they have so many different options that you can go through, you know, downpipes and things of that nature. So what's kind of nice is you can customize your tune, whether it's an off-the-shelf MHD tune or a custom tune, and you know, really tailor it to your liking in your car. But what's kind of nice is you have a monitoring app here, and here, I'll click the options. I don't know if you guys will see any of this, but bunch of different things that you can actually monitor in the vehicle, and anything that's checked orange are things that I've selected here. So as you can see, basically anything with you know, a sensor can be monitored, which is awesome for a tuned car. Highly needed in my opinion. But what's nice is this, and that's MHD's monitoring. So not only can I see if I'm hitting target boost, you know where I'm at right now, fuel pressure for a low pressure fuel pump, fuel pressure for a high pressure fuel pump. Also have lambda for bank 1 and bank 2, so air fuel ratio, and then ethanol content. And I'll go into this a little bit more. What's nice is there's a sensor on the car now that we've added, and that sensor allows the car to basically know exactly how much ethanol is actually in the tank. And based on the percentage, my tune automatically adjusts AFRs, timing, things of that nature, per the ethanol content, so that the tune is, you know, specific to the amount of ethanol in the car. So boost targets change, things of that nature, and it's a really cool feature through MHD. With my Wedge Performance custom tune that I got through Ken Atkinson at Wedge Performance, he was able to enable all that stuff, and it's amazing the difference. But dyno definitely feels it when you go from pump gas to ethanol. So today running about 49%. And that was for the road rally yesterday up to Diablo Lake, which was awesome, by the way. And then another thing I take a look at is my coolant temps. But you can change this to, you know, read whatever you guys want, you know, again, as long as there's a sensor involved. So anyways, that's that. Unit in R7 for radar. Thing's invaluable for me. Great radar if you're looking for one. You guys might notice that the screen looks a little bit different for iDrive. and that's because I'm running a Android Auto unit, CarPlay Auto or CarPlay upgraded unit. So it's a piggyback system, and ties into your iDrive. Use your stock screen, and basically allows you to use, you know, Waze, Spotify, you know, whatever apps are Android Auto. So anyways, let's see here. Let's see, what else do we have? Carbon fiber shift knob or overlay. Same with down by the gear selector. Thank you to Christian for the awesome hookup on the upgraded carbon fiber e-brake handle. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, Brahms seats. So side bolster went off on the other passenger seat, so we ended up getting some upgraded seats. So driver and passenger seat are now Brahms Alpha X's. I got the all black with the low profile seats. Didn't want the contoured seats because just wasn't sure how they would feel on a long drive, but super happy with them. For the price, couldn't beat it, and they feel great. The bolstering's nice, well made, so super happy with that. Well, that's about it for the interior, guys. Yeah, I'll go ahead and go into the engine compartment here, show you some of the upgrades for aftermarket parents type stuff or cosmetic upgrades, and then go into the engine compartment. All right, guys, so cosmetic upgrades. Front bumper is an M2 style front bumper, BM style hood. Got a couple hood vents in the hump. Love the hump. I'm gonna leave that all carbon fiber, just leave it naked, and kind of like the look of that. ESR RF11 wheels. These are rotary forged wheels, made specific to this car, so they're bespoke with the offset, and then wrapped in Continental Extreme Contact DWS06 pluses. Car's wrapped in Aurifol Tangerine Dream. M3 rocker panels, carbon fiber side skirts underneath those. Then we have carbon fiber side mirror caps, carbon fiber overlay handles, and let's see what else we have. Top was already wrapped. I wrapped that about 3 years ago in black, and that's just 3M, I think 2080 gloss black. Carbon fiber rear diffuser. And I don't know if I can get this, but VRSF street exhaust. And then let's see here, we'll go ahead and open up the engine compartment, and then we'll take a look inside. Oh, side markers are the I think they're V3 from Colorado N5X, so they're sequential turn signals. They stay off normally, but when you hit the signal, then they're sequential. Matte black grill, kidney grills. I used to have gloss black, but went with matte. Go ahead and open up the engine compartment here. Alright, guys, so here's the engine compartment. Looks fairly stock if you're not familiar with the N54. A lot of upgrades and a lot of different things here. I'll go over it all. First, the hood, carbon fiber. We installed an M3 cowl. Fits great on the E92. The plastic cowl gives us a lot more room to work on the engine here versus the stock N54 one from BMW. But anyways, we had to cut out the back to be able to fit the air boxes in the back, or the covers, I mean, and then used a sealer. I need to fix this part here to get this to sit up against the hood flush, so we're going to reseal that. If you guys are familiar with upgraded inlets and outlets, then you'll know this thing's got upgraded turbos, running Pure600s. Have about 15,000 miles on them, I think, so far, and pulling great. Love them. Super awesome turbos, super happy. And then VRSF upgraded inlets and outlets. These are all aluminum, not silicone, so I heat wrap these. And then 335D air duct, and that's just to get some fresh air flowing over to the filters on this side. I'm contemplating the Nelson Racing carbon fiber one. Probably end up going with that one of these days. Had to relocate power steering, coolant reservoir, got that all over on this side of the vehicle now. Let's see here, charge pipes, oil catch can, blow off valve. And then here's where some of the fun stuff begins. So if you can see that sensor back here, this is the Continental ethanol sensor, and that's what ties into my Motive ethanol kit. That is what calculates all of the ethanol content into the in the engine, and allows the car to tailor the tune based on whatever the ethanol content actually is inside. This is a bottom mount turbo kit, so you can't really see any of the turbo stuff down below. But shout out to Corey from Dark Horse Tuning, as well as J Sport Auto Works. Did an awesome job putting this all together, making it super reliable, and just an absolute pleasure to drive. So that's about it, guys. I have a little bit more work to do on the wrap and whatnot. I'm just not happy with the way the front bumper came out, so I'll probably end up redoing that. But there she is. Back on the road, and happy to be able to drive her again. Alright guys, that'll be it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next adventure.